Well, good morning. I am in one of my favorite places. I'm in North Carolina, which is my home state. And in North Carolina, there's quite a bit of places that you can go gold panning. So I've got my gold panning equipment, which once I get to where I'm going, I'll show you guys that. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. So thanks for joining. Follow along. Hopefully we'll find some gold. It's not gonna be mountains and mountains of gold. It's just gonna be a little bit here and there. But I'll kind of walk through what my process is, how much it really costs to get going on gold panning. It's not much, and just having some fun. So enjoy, follow along. Here's the creek that we're at. So nice little creek. We'll follow along here, and I'll show you guys my process for where I look for gold. There's a lot of different ways, obviously, but we'll see. So on a creek like this, one of the first things you look for is really sharp curves, because the water's so slow flowing. So really once there's a lot of flooding, then you want that's when the gold kind of gets moved through the mud and everything, and the gold will drop out along the sharp curve. So you can see here, creek kind of curves here, and you can see a dead zone here where all the gravel gets deposited. So the water runs in here, and river goes around the curve really fast, but on the inside it goes slower. So the gold, being so heavy, drops out on the inside of the curve. So you can dig along there, and you can actually see there's some holes there where people have dug before. Same there, I've actually dug there before. Right on that little inside bend, found a pretty good sized chunk. But we're gonna go a little farther up the creek to see if we can find some new places to dig. The water's up high a little bit right now, and it is quite beautiful, and it's also quite cold. There's some ice floating in the slow spots. So I brought some rubber gloves to help me out. And you can see this curve here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right on the inside. I'll just dig a couple. Stuff's falling. I'm gonna start maybe looking for a large rock right on the inside of here and start just digging right behind that large rock. See if I can find anything. So we'll climb across that log there, get my shovel out before it falls even farther, and yeah, hopefully find some gold right off the bat. Sign right there. Somebody else was digging here before. See if we can get across this log. It's quite slippery because it's got frozen ice on top and a small leak. Okay, we made it. So I'm looking for kind of a large rock that might leave a deposit here. Also, let me show you down here. Okay, so something like this. See this large rock? It's kind of buried right there. That might be a good spot to dig. It might be a little bit too high. Let me back up here. That rock is right there. It might be a little too high out of the creek because the gold line might be down here. But I'll take a sample there, try to dig it out. The bonus is it's out of the water. Here's some other examples here in the water. You see bedrock right here. So there's a crevice there. Might be able to take my yabby pump and suck some out. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then this big rock right here, I can look behind, as well as that log. But you can see the water kind of whooshing over. A little bit of a dead spot there. Here's the equipment I've got. So nothing fancy. You've probably got a shovel at home. I bet you've got a bucket at home. Then I've got a couple pieces of pipe, probably this is leftover from my last pump I made. $10 worth of pipe. All this does is you've got the pipe on the inside here. When you pull it out, forms a suction, sucks up the dirt on the inside. This one's a bit shorter than I would recommend, but that's the pipe I had left over. Then I got a little shovel, got a spoon. Everyone needs a spoon. Screwdriver, just in case to, pry stuff out. Little sucker bottle, and then I've got a pan. Some gloves to stay warm. So that's all. The pan I bought 20 years ago. or so. So it probably cost me about 10 bucks. So all in all, I'd say $20, $25 for everything I've got. So not a bad entry price if you really want to get started. Let's start digging. So I'm looking for the edge of this rock here because I want to dig behind it. I'm going to scrape off some of the large stuff on top. Dig some in here. Way bigger than I was All right, I'm gonna pan that out, see if there's anything there. I'm still gotta go deeper because this rock haven't found the edge yet, and it's like angling down into the dirt. Find a spot to pan. 100% sure these boots are waterproof. Yeah. At this creek, there's lots and lots of white quartz. Look how white that is. And there's not going to be any gold in this stuff because it's too pure. But if you flip it over, there's some staining. You can kind of see there's some rotten quartz, and that's kind of where the gold comes out of. Is the quartz that is rotted. The first time I've used gloves to do this in the winter. It's quite nice. I'm just getting in all the big stuff here. See, the water is really muddy. There's a lot of clay in this area. I'm not going to be too precise on each one because I want to dig a ton of holes. I want to do a lot of exploring. If I take too long on each pan, then I'll suck up all my time. So I'm going to leave it here, pan it back. There's some of these big rocks. Two kind of chunky flecks on. Get up. Alright, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this. But right there, one speck, so to speak. It's a little bit chunky, it's a little bit round, and then right up there, there's an even tinier one. That's kind of the amount that we'll expect to get in each pan. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But it's a good start to the top of a hole, really. So I'm going to keep digging in that hole
see what else I can find. Suck that up. And what I'm gonna do, instead of worrying about fine panning all the stuff down, each time I'm gonna just dump this in the bucket I've got, because then I can pan it all later, or pan it all when I go home. So I'm gonna dig for a while, pan for a while, and then I'll show you guys kind of what I find after maybe 5 or 6 panfuls. All right, here's the third pan. Starting to look a little better. You can see right up, let me point to it. Here, hold still, pan. Right up here, we got some larger flakes. So there's about 5 different specks in this one, which is pretty good. This is my third pan. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give up on this hole. Each pan I was getting, which I did 5 pans, I was just getting 2 little tiny specks, so not really worth keeping going. So I'm gonna fill that hole back in, but I want to show you guys a sweet little piece of rose quartz I found. So they have some really nice quartz with some nice red colors, and there's a lot of stuff here. So there's other stuff to find here besides gold. What I'm gonna do now though is go ahead and get my little pump. I'm gonna try to get out all these little crevices here in this rock, see if I can find anything. There's a nice crevice right in there. And so I'll go ahead and suck all that out. Hopefully my pump works even though it's so short. This is this little guy here. And dig some stuff out. All right, I think we're better off doing some scraping first with the screwdriver. Nope. So I was digging along this crevice, and it's a little too hard to get all that any really fine stuff out of there, but I'm looking at this one here. So I'm gonna take my little shovel, my screwdriver, my spoon, get as much out of there as I can. Gloves are kind of useless because it's just too deep for my wrist. My wrist goes under the water, so I'm gonna just dig it with bare hands, hopefully not freeze. And we'll see, hopefully we get a speck or 2 out of this little crevice here. See if I can set you up somewhere. Oh, that's cold. This one rock is really jammed in here. just a spoonful of treasure. Can't keep doing that. What we got? Of course, if I find something nice, I'm going to want to keep digging in it. Nothing. I think we're better off going where we can dig easily.